So, Leute, weiter geht's. Und das ist ja nicht so das beste Hotel. Alter. Ja, für einen Tag oder eine Nacht für 10 Cent oder Pfund. Pfund sind das. Das kann ich dann nachvollziehen. So, dann gucken wir mal. Also, unsere nächste Aufgabe, Mrs. Marbury befragen. Die wird hier wahrscheinlich drin sein. Und dann schauen wir mal nach. Da haben wir sie.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me that you might be coming.
So. Warum schält die Kartoffeln hier? Naja, wir sind mal freundlich.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Okay. Ist beides gut.
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I see. Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Well, what are you going to do later? I bet you're going to poke around his room too?
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
He's rather queer. He talks to himself. He has a bad cough. Because of the war, he says. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Tja, wo die Flecken waren oder Blut?
Do you think it was blood?
It might have been.
Cust used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes, although he was unwell on trains.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah, I remember one thing. Bexhurst by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churston. He didn't seem all that interested
Nicht
before
vorher?
that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Okay. So, den nehmen wir.
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
So, und dann haben
I
wir ein
don't think my
Büchlein.
register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
So.
This woman appears to be in bad mood.
Schlechte Laune. Schnelle Gesten. Unkommunikative Haltung.
Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato.
Naja, das ist ja kein Problem. Darf sie ruhig. So, reden wir mal mit ihr noch. Er wollte ja noch was mit ihr
Mrs. Marbury,
besprechen.
if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder? Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
Ah, heimlich den Raum. Ja, das wird ja wohl irgendwas sein,
Rented
oder?
the same room to two people. That's fraud.
Calm down, Mr. Poirot. My lodgings were full and I couldn't let poor Mr. Fishman sleep outside.
Hat sie auch irgendwo wieder recht, ne? Naja. So, ab nach oben. 306. Was haben wir hier? Eine Schreibmaschine. Ein ABC-Kursbuch.
It's an ABC.
Ein Messer.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. This object would probably be useful to me.
So, nehmen wir mit. So, was ist das
Cust is
hier?
parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury. John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a red field typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town.
21. Juni,
This letter
Andover.
establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churchton. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
Okay. So, was haben wir hier?
Did
Tinte?
Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
Okay. Kriegen wir schon hin.
The left-hand heel has been removed.
So, hier auch nochmal.
The right-hand heel has been removed.
So, und jetzt müssten wir doch das Band rausholen.
Something is blocking the...
Ach so, in der Mitte, Entschuldigung. Erstmal hier rausziehen nach oben. Jawohl, da haben wir's.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my
Ah,
inquiry.
da haben wir das I.
I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
Also am I erkennt man es ja schon. Das A, ein A
All
haben
the
wir jetzt
letters
nicht.
announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
Sauber, so. Dann gucken wir mal weiter. Das Bett.
How awful. This place is a real mess.
Leicht verschobenes Bett. Unaufgeräumt.
The least we can say
Naja,
that Mr. Cust is
vernachlässigt.
not very concerned about order and balance.
So schlimm sieht es jetzt auch nicht aus. So, ein Spiegel. Den dürfen wir nicht vergessen. So, Medikamente oder was?
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject will probably be useful to me.
Aha. Und was haben wir hier? Sind das Trophäen oder wie?
Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject will probably be useful to me.
Also, auch das nehmen wir mit. Und jetzt haben wir doch schon ganz schön viel in der Tasche dabei. So, hier haben wir noch Kursbücher. Ja, ja. Alles
ABC
voll.
Guys. Enough to sign about a dozen murders. It's closed.
Dann öffnen wir es.
This
Scheiße, jetzt habe ich es zweimal
Stockings.
weggemacht. So, Strümpfe. Ach, guck an. Stockings. Also, das ist auf jeden Fall der Raum vom Mörder. Und wenn der Kast hier ist, dann ist das
all
auch
the
der
main
Mörder.
articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. Most probably the basting dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. The Bexhill Daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well.
Okay. Dann haben wir eigentlich alles, oder? So, das wollen wir noch nicht. Und das hier, da fehlt uns wahrscheinlich noch was. Oder auch nicht. So, wo befand sich Cass zum Zeitpunkt des Mordes in Bexhill? Also er war nicht da, weil es vermietet war. Wahrscheinlich in Bexhill. Ja, wahrscheinlich hilft uns
The
aber nicht.
register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it.
Ach so,
Cust
ja gut.
bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th.
Wenn man die Zeitung nur da kaufen kann, dann macht das Sinn. So, dann haben wir die Aufgabe, sind immer noch nicht fertig mit der Durchsuchung. Das haben wir. Ach, jetzt liegt das Messer wieder hier, oder was?
It's an
Brauchen wir wohl nicht mehr. So, der Schrank. Können wir da irgendwas machen? Nee.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment,
was.
was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th,
Also war wirklich im
1918, as
Krieg.
mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch. Wounded on the Somme front. Victim of a gas attack. Corporal Cost greatly deserves his distinction.
Also hat er doch eine Verletzung aus dem Krieg mit nach Hause genommen.
It is now the right time.
Ja, aber wir haben doch alles. Was fehlt denn bitte? Hier haben wir alles.
ABC guys.
Zwei Sachen haben wir.
The least we can say that Mr. Cost is not very concerned about order and balance.
Tja, und nu? So, schauen wir uns die hier nochmal an.
I know this medicine.
Tja, und nu?
The least we can say that Mr. Cost is not very concerned about order and balance.
Hä? Was ist das denn hier? Ist ja lustig.
I've finished with... John Milligan, Managing Director.
Ja,
Dear Sir,
ja, kennen wir.
regarding the schedule of your rounds... this
Okay,
letter-
ja, ist ja gut, ist ja gut. So, ich habe keine Ahnung, aber wir können ja hier... Oh,
This dark stain.
Blutspuren.
It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there.
Die habe ich ja gar
No
nicht
use
gesehen.
continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see.
Aber ich wollte noch... Ah, okay. Tatsächlich. Ja, okay. So, mit Jeb sollen wir sprechen. Aber die Blutspuren, die
Goodbye,
können ja
Mrs.
von ihm
Marbury.
auch kommen.
Thank you for your help.
I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Poirot.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cost on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
So, da kommt er ja wie gerufen, ne? Und jetzt?
It is now the right time.
Ah,
I had best talk to Job.
okay, einfach nur reden. So,
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
nö.
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Ist Cust schuldig? Ja, natürlich ist er schuldig. So. Ja, passt eigentlich alles, ne? Alle 3 Opfer. Okay, die einzelnen interessieren uns nicht. Also, alle 3 Briefe wurden verfasst. Bewahrt die Zeitung auf. Kursbücher. Okay, dann müssen wir auf die einzelnen Sachen dabei rangehen. Also, Cast war in Schurston, in Bexel und in Andover. Jawohl, befand sich an allen Orten. So, gibt es Gemeinsamkeiten? Jetzt kommt das, wo alle drei Sachen... So, also das hier einmal. Er bewahrt die Zeitung auf. Okay, doch nicht. Gibt es Gemeinsamkeiten zwischen Cast und dem Mörder? Alle Briefe sind auf seiner Schreibmaschine. Das passt auf jeden Fall. Na, das vielleicht nicht. Kursbücher passt auf jeden Fall auch. Ja. So. Ist Casts Verhalten verdächtig? Er bewahrt die Zeitung auf. Er hat gelogen. Und mit Blut beschmutzt. Schuldig.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Shurston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Also, der Jeb will den auch unbedingt verhaften. Gott, das Hotel sieht ja furchtbar aus, ne? Gut. Nach Scotland Yard. So, Taxi.
To Scotland Yard, please.
So, ist er das? Das ist er, ne? So, was macht er denn? Nervös?
This man is not in good shape.
Zerknitterte Jacke, niedergeschlagene Augen, gefaltete Hände.
He is
Nervöse
worried
Gestik.
and very tired. And other police have been hard on him.
Naja, das ist ja auch ein Mörder. Warum mit Samthandschuhen anfassen? So.
What do you want from me?
So.
Good day, ABC. Do you know who I am?
Someone who's got it in for me.
I am Hercule Poirot, and I want nothing other than the truth.
Ah, you're the detective.
So, warum hat er die Briefe geschickt?
Why did you send me a letter before each crime?
Why all these questions? When are you going to stop pestering me?
Oder ist das doch nicht? Vielleicht ist das auch der Typ gewesen, der in der Zeit, wo er weg war, das gemietet hatte. Also, ach Mensch. Vielleicht sollen wir ihm das Mittel geben.
Laudanum.
So, dann vielleicht können wir ihm das hier... Aha.
Take this. It will help you.
Thank you.
Aus der Flasche trinkt er.
Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
Ach, deswegen die
I
Blutspuren.
now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
Yes, I feel much better.
Oh, vielleicht ist er doch unschuldig.
Yes, I am the person you have been sending the letters to.
I didn't write these letters. I've already said so.
Ha. Na gut.
Très bien. You did not hide these letters. But the question remains, who did?
Probably one of my enemies. I have many.
Ja, ich glaube auch nicht, dass er das war.
I do not believe that you are capable of murder, Mr. Cust.
I hope not.
Oder ist das doch? Ach Mensch, wir kriegen nämlich keine... Doch, jetzt haben wir Ego-Punkte. So, was hat er denn erlebt?
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
Ich weiß nicht. Ich glaube immer noch, dass er unschuldig
never
ist.
considered killing a doctor who took such good care of you.
No, never.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot. But not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions.
Das
about
ist
the
vielleicht
towns
auch
I had
einer,
to
der die Morde in seine Schuhe
Let's see. The
in
company
seine
you
Schuhe
claim to work
geschoben
for,
hat.
Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards.
Ja, ich glaube, der wurde ganz schön reingelegt von jemandem.
So it
Also,
would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself.
I don't remember. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
ja, dann haben wir noch das Schmerzmittel, was wir ihm geben können. Wir machen aber erstmal... ich glaube, der ist es nicht. Das muss jemand sein, der die Morde ihm in die Schuhe schieben möchte wegen irgendwas, was es gilt herauszufinden. Wir machen hier aber erstmal ein kurzes Päuschen. Nächste Folge geht's hier weiter. Und ja, also macht's gut, bis dann. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, gerne einen Daumen hoch da lassen und bis zur nächsten Folge.